Is it a romance? Is it enemies? Is it enemies to lovers? Because like, yes, my friend Noah really wants me to read this series and I think it is finally time. I actually saw these at my local library as well. Please, like, immediately yes, like, give it to me now, please. Hey guys, it's Ems and welcome back to my reading room. Today we are doing Bookmas Day 2. This video is my December TBR. I personally don't really stick to TBRs, so this is just my December hopefuls and books that I would like to get to or want to get to in December. I am not expecting this video to be too long because I don't have too many books on my radar, but I will try and give y'all more in-depth and details about the books that I want to read. The first couple of books that I want to read in December are actually graphic novels. The first one is Swim Team by Johnny Christmas. I personally have seen this book everywhere, especially from a TikToker that I watch. She is a librarian and her students put this on their lists and they read this all the time. It goes through the book return game. I do really want to see what the hype is about and why middle grade is loving this book so much. Like, it's pulling me in and I saw it at my local library, so I do want to pick this up and read it. I am not actually sure what Swim Team is about. The premise I know is that obviously it's about a girl on a swim team, but I do know it is a girl moving to a new school and she is trying to make friends. So I'm guessing like swim team and being a part of the swim team comes in this story. The next graphic novel I want to read is actually The Tryouts. I am not sure who this one is by, but I've also seen this go through the book return game and also another librarian I watch. But these graphic novels have really caught my eye and I feel like they would be quick, fast-paced reads and there's not very many words on the page. So having just kind of this page turner, I do really want to try. The Tryouts I have seen is a cheerleading book about trying out for cheer and I am a cheerleader. I actually like just got back from practice. So I definitely want to try this one out because like, I feel like it would be so cute to read an accurate book about cheerleading. Hopefully it's accurate. The next couple books on my December TBR are Fourth Wing and Iron Flame. My friend Noah really wants me to read this series and I think it is finally time. I actually saw these at my local library as well and I'm very much going to my local library lately. So Fourth Wing and Iron Flame are like top of the TBR for December. I do think I will get to both of these, especially because Onyx Storm comes out in January, I believe. So like, I really want to figure out like what the hype is about, especially because I'm getting into fantasy lately and I don't know if I would enjoy Fourth Wing. All I really know about Fourth Wing, like I'm going into this super blind, is that it is Violet and Zayden's story, but there's also a guy named Dane. That is literally all I know. I also know that she is attending a dragon school where they have to bond with dragons and kind of go through trials. Is that the word you would use? Or just go through classes? It's like a dragon school. Somebody told me like How to Train Your Dragon, but fantasy, which How to Train Your Dragon is fantasy, so I don't know. I am very interested in Fourth Wing and what it beholds, like if I'm going to be obsessed with it, and then also if I like Fourth Wing. Obviously there's also Iron Flame, but I probably won't read Iron Flame if I don't like Fourth Wing, but they are both on my TBR, so I'm hoping to get to both of them. I actually have a lot more fantasy on my December TBR than expected, but the next couple books I want to read is actually a duology and it is fantasy. It is The Stolen Heir and The Prisoner's Throne. I have zero clue what these are about, except for the fact that I know The Stolen Heir is set like 6 or 8 years in the future and it is Oak's story. But I don't know the premise. I know it is Seren, I think, and Oak's story. Some stuff is going on after Jude and Carden. So, is it a romance? Is it enemies? Is it enemies to lovers? Because like, yes, please. I have actually tried to start The Stolen Heir. I tried to start it right after Cruel Prince, but I just could not get into it, so I did not read it. But I do want to pick it up from the library and hopefully get into The Stolen Heir because I feel like I'll like it. Or at least The Prisoner's Throne. Like, I feel like I'm gonna have to like one of them because I like Holly Black's writing so much and I want to be back in Elfame. The next book I don't know if I'm going to be getting to. It is our first holiday read, so I'm hoping we get there, but it is an indie published book, so I have to get it on Amazon, and I haven't been buying books lately. I've been using the library, so I don't know if we're going to get to this one, but hopefully we are. It is My December Darling by Lauren Asher. This is Lauren Asher's first holiday novella. It is obviously a Christmas novella. I am really wanting to read it in the holiday season, in the holiday spirit. Hopefully we can get this book and get into the holiday spirit, but I am not sure. From what I know, this is about Luke and Catalina. They are in Lake Wisteria, and they are kind of like side characters. We don't really know much about them. This is their own book. It is like 200 pages of just a novella. I do know that it is ex-boyfriend's best friend and like, I guess, or best friend's ex-girlfriend. So like there's these kind of like tension tropes in it. And I feel like it would just be fun and festive to read. So I do really want to get to this one, but I don't know if we will. The next book I have been saying I have literally been wanting to get to since September. It is Heartless Hunter. I have this book, it's just not on me right now, and I really want to read it. It is like high stake fantasy, and this girl is like going undercover, and I really feel like I would love the plot of this, and I feel like it's very fairy tale-esque, and I want to read it really bad. I don't know much about it other than the fact that this girl is kind of like a ditz, and she's kind of like, you would not expect her to be anything. Like, she's just kind of a part of this rich family, but at night she is a witch and she is like helping people. I don't really know the names of anything. In this place, there are witch hunters. So like this guy is like witch hunting her, and then obviously like enemies to lovers, I'm guessing. So I really want to get into that one. Like, I'm sorry that was like a terrible explanation, but I personally don't know much about it, going in so blind. The next book I have also since September been saying I want to read, but it's The X-Files. Sarah Caroli has read this and like raved about it, so I really wanted to read it, and I have it, but I just have not gotten to it yet. So like, I really want to read it, so hopefully we get to it. What I learned is they are estranged exes who have to stick together to save a wedding, and it is a swoony book. Please, like, immediately, yes, like, give it to me now, please. Hand it over, like, please, that's what I need. Exes, like, second chance romance. Second chance romance is everything to me, and I need it. Like, put it in my cart. Put it in the bag, because I just don't have it with me right now, so like can't read it yet. The last book on my TBR, so it's not some crazy like out of reach TBR, like maybe I actually finish it in December, is actually Caraval. I have read Once Upon a Broken Heart, don't hate me. I just did not care for Caraval at first because I'm not that much of a fantasy girly, and I knew that this one is a lot more fantasy than romantasy, so I did not pick it up first. But I do want to go back and figure all the things out about Caraval. From what I have heard, you don't love the first one, so I am probably gonna have to trudge through this one. It'd probably be like one of the last things I read in December, but I do really want to read it, so we'll see. From what I'm seeing, this is about Scarlett and Tella. They are sisters who live on this island, and one of them is about to be put into an arranged marriage. I don't know. And then they get a ticket to Caraval, which I've heard is like some crazy, like, carnival-esque town. I don't really know. I have no clue how to explain this. So if you know how to explain Caraval, please comment, because like I need a better visual. I have no clue what this is about. I'll read this to you and maybe y'all can figure something out. Like maybe this will persuade you to read this book, but I want to read this book. It says, admit one to be used once to gain entrance into Caraval. Main gates close at midnight, and there's like in tiny lettering, anyone who arrives later than this will not be able to participate or win this year's prize of one wish. So it looks like they are getting a wish if they win Caraval, like whatever this Caraval is. So I have no clue, but I'm looking forward to reading this. I did want to get y'all like a little bit of a TBR video. I normally do these at the end of my wrap-ups because mine aren't very fun, or like I'm not doing some crazy thing to pick my TBR, but maybe we'll start doing that in the new year. Though I don't follow them very well, so it's like, do I really want to do some like crazy video to not follow the books that I read? Especially because I get books from the library. Like, that is the hardest about it. Like, I don't really have a physical TBR, but I really hope y'all enjoy just me kind of talking about what books I do want to read. If y'all have any books you think I should read, like, please comment them down below. I will definitely look into them. I'm looking for so many more book recs, especially for this holiday and New Year season. Like, I need new books, especially to hit my reading goal next year, which I don't even know what my reading goal. We'll talk about that in a different video. I have no clue what my reading goal is going to be. Thank you guys so much for watching Bookmas Day 2. I really hope y'all are enjoying Bookmas. I am loving filming. I cannot wait for y'all to see the rest of the videos I have planned. Don't worry, they will not all be sit-down videos, but the first two were. Don't forget you can follow me on all my other social medias. I am just going to throw them all right here real quick because it's going to get repetitive. All that stuff will be linked in the description and shown right here. So if there's other stuff you want to keep up with me on when I'm not doing daily videos, you can check me out here. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really hope y'all enjoy my little recommendations and TBR. I will see y'all tomorrow. Bye. See you later.
You have to be delusional.